On the last episode of this series, I looked at James Luceno, specifically to rank his Star Wars Legends novels based on the user ratings and reviews they received from the 5 major websites that do user ratings for books in a series EU by the numbers. This data I collected 2 years ago for a series of articles for the expandeduniverse.com. If you'd like more information on that and how I calculated those numbers, you can go to the link in the pinned comments. But today I'm going to go over Sean Williams. Just some facts for him on stats before we get started. He wrote 6 novels, which is 8th amongst all the adult authors. Authors who only wrote adult novels, and is tied 13th overall. He is tied with Alex Wheeler, as well as Paul and Hollis Davids. Star ratings, he received a 3.78 average star rating, which puts him at 31st. This is how many stars out of 5 his books were given, as all 5 websites use a 5-star rating scale. Total user ratings, or how many people left a rating or review on one of his books, is 35,245, which puts him at 11th amongst all authors. And when you divide that by his 6 novels to get how many ratings per book, you get 5,874.17, which puts him at 32nd. Writing for Star Wars, he was active from 2003 until 2010. Now, coming in at number 6, we have Book 2 of the Force Heretic trilogy, Refugee for a New Jedi Order, which he wrote with Shane Dix and came out on Tuesday, the 29th of April, 2003. It's with a star rating of 3.65, with 5,608 total user ratings, and an overall ranking of 124 out of 160. At number 5, we have the 3rd book in the Force Heretic trilogy, Reunion, which he also wrote with Shane Dix and came out on the 1st of July 2003. It's with a star rating of 3.68, with 5,686 user ratings, and an overall ranking of 117th out of 160 Star Wars Legends adult novels. And at number 4, we have the 1st book in the Force Heretic trilogy for New Jedi Order, Remnants, which he wrote with Shane Dix as well, which came out on Thursday, the 13th of February, 2003. It's with a star rating of 3.69, with 6,088 user ratings, and an overall ranking of 115th out of 160. At number 3, we actually have the book that received the most overall ratings for him, that being The Old Republic Fatal Alliance, the first book that was released amongst the Star Wars The Old Republic tie-ins, but is chronologically the 3rd. This one came out on Tuesday, the 20th of July, 2010. It's with a star rating of 3.83, with user ratings of 9,728, again his most amongst all his books, and an overall ranking of 94th out of 160. At number 2, just one spot higher than Fatal Alliance, we have the Force Unleashed novelization for the first game, which came out on Tuesday, the 19th of August, 2008. It's with a star rating of 3.84, with 4,769 user ratings, and an overall ranking of 93rd out of 160. And at the number 1 spot, we have the sequel to the Force Unleashed, The Force Unleashed 2, also the novelization, which came out on Tuesday, the 5th of October, 2010. It's with a star rating of 3.97, user ratings of 3,366, which is the lowest of all his books, and an overall ranking of 45th out of 160. Now, finishing off as we always do with some charts, if you look at his star ratings over time, each of these dots representing one of his books when they came out, you notice that there's a general upwards trend, with Force Heretic being very low and the Force Unleashed books and the Old Republic tie-ins being much higher. But when you go over to the overall ratings over time, you actually see a downward trend, with the main exception being the Old Republic Fatal Alliance. I think that spike in Old Republic's total ratings may be due to the fact that, as it was the first of the SWTOR tie-ins, it probably had a lot more marketing and hype behind it when it came out, which led more people to read it, which led more people to give it a review. Overall, you see the kind of same trend of the books later in series tend to have a higher star rating but lower overall ratings, as in my opinion, it's probably more likely that the people who would drop a series are less likely to leave a rating on later books in in the series, and those who really like it are more likely to stick around to read the later books. So that does it. Uh, Thank you very much for watching. Next time, as I only have one other author to go over, obviously, will be Drew Karpyshyn. So stay tuned for that. Let me know what you think. And as always, take care.